Hey friends, happy Monday and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor and I share these What's for Dinner videos every Monday to hopefully give you some new meal ideas and motivate you to cook more for your family. This week's is really short and simple and not a lot of in-depth cooking. Again, still cooking like simple things that my family likes. Like after Christmas and going into the new year, and then we had like our special New Year's Eve and New Year's Day dinners, but again, those are really simple. But let's go ahead and get into this week's What's for Dinner. Friday after Christmas was the last day that we ate on the leftovers for dinner. So I pulled out some turkey and then I have some egg noodles here. And then if you have leftover gravy, you can use that, or you can make some packets of gravy according to the package direction. This gravy that we used for Christmas, the Kinder's bone broth gravy, was really good, way better than the Aldi one that I used last month for Thanksgiving. They changed that Aldi one and it's just not as good as it was last year. So I just make the gravy according to the package directions, and then once it starts to thicken up, I add in as much as the turkey as I want. I chop it up into little bite-sized pieces, and then of course I cooked the egg noodles according to the package directions as well, and served that gravy and turkey over the egg noodles. And then some of us had some leftover cranberry sauce on the side as well, and this is a must-have with Christmas and Thanksgiving leftovers. I didn't get any pictures of Saturday night's dinner. We went to my sister's friend Amber and Brad's house, and Brad smoked a ham. And so we had smoked ham and mashed potatoes and mac and cheese and some fresh veggies and jalapeno poppers that Amber made with venison, and they were so good. And I wish I would have gotten pictures, but I didn't. So moving on to Sunday, I just made the Trader Joe's orange chicken that I had in the freezer. Whenever I buy it, I buy 3 bags, and then I make a bag and a half at a time, which Trader Joe's makes it really easy to make only half a bag because there's 2 sauce packets in there, so that makes it super easy. I cook the chicken in the air fryer, and then I heat up the sauce and add that to the chicken once it's done. And then I of course made my own fried rice. I will leave a video linked down below for how I do that. Turns out great every time. Monday night we had taco spaghetti, and this is a family favorite that I have been making for years now. I actually have my own recipe video on just this recipe up on YouTube, and it's going on 7 years that video has been on YouTube. So for this recipe you need either Velveeta cheese or nacho cheese, a can of enchilada sauce, sour cream or Greek yogurt, a can of Rotel, taco seasoning, some shredded cheese, ground beef, or you can even use ground turkey or something if that's what you prefer, and spaghetti noodles. I am starting off by cooking up my ground beef. I'm actually cooking up 2 pounds of ground beef because I'm going to be saving the other half for another recipe that I'm making later in the week. So I am not cooking it with any seasoning, but if you're just cooking it by itself, you could cook it with the taco seasoning. And then I am also bringing some salted water to a boil to cook up 8 ounces of spaghetti. Once the ground beef is done, you can go ahead and start adding in your other ingredients. So you can use 16 ounces of Velveeta cheese. You want to cube it up, or you can even use the Velveeta cheese sauce packets. And if you do that, make sure you use 2 of them. But I like to use nacho cheese. I buy the big can of nacho cheese, as you saw earlier in the video. And then I portion it out into quart size freezer bags and freeze it. And I do 2 to 3 ladle scoops of it, enough to equal a 15-ounce can of nacho cheese sauce. So you could just buy a smaller can if that's what you want to do. And then I'm also mixing in half a cup of sour cream, or you can use plain Greek yogurt, 1 10-ounce can of red enchilada sauce, a 10-ounce can of Rotel that I did not drain, and 1 package of taco seasoning. I mix it all together really well. If you are using cubed Velveeta, you want to make sure you let all that cheese melt, and then once it has all blended together, you can add in your cooked spaghetti noodles, mix it together really well again, and then top with some shredded cheese. And then you can bake this in the oven on 350 for 25 to 30 minutes until it gets nice and browned and bubbly. We usually just eat this as is, just like scoop it out and serve it up. But you could definitely top it with like some more salsa if you want more spice, or sour cream if you need it to be a little bit less spicy, or some cilantro. Whatever you would usually like to put on like tacos or even on enchiladas, I think would be good on this. Tuesday night was New Year's Eve, and we have done wings on New Year's Eve for the past couple of years now. So I bought some wings and I am drying them off really well, and then I am spritzing them with some olive oil cooking spray, and then I'm going to season them how I like. I did some salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder, and I did that to both sides. And then I'm going to transfer these to my air fryer basket. I did have to do these in batches, so I had to do 2 batches, and while the second batch was cooking in the air fryer, I did let them sit in the oven on like a low temperature just to keep them hot, and they even stayed crispy in there. But that's why I like cooking them in the air fryer, because they definitely get a lot crispier by cooking them in the air fryer. And I do them on like 350 for 10 minutes and then flip and do them a little bit higher, like 400 for another 10 minutes, and they get so nice and crispy. The kids don't usually like to put theirs in any sauce, so they just had them as is. We had some refrigerated mac and cheese, some carrots and celery, and then Elijah requested hard-boiled eggs again because he felt like he didn't get enough at Christmas. And then Andy and I had, I think it's the medium or like buttery buffalo sauce from Kinder's, and it's pretty good. Wednesday was New Year's Day, and we created our own New Year's Day tradition a couple of years ago. We decided to have spaghetti every year because I made it, and the kids were like, well, let's make that our tradition. So just regular old spaghetti. It's a family favorite food, and some garlic bread. And Thursday, we kept it simple with another family favorite. This is green beans, sausage, and potatoes. I had like 2 really big potatoes left over from the mashed potatoes that I made for Christmas, and I wanted to use up these other 2 potatoes and not let them go to waste. So I made green beans, sausage, and potatoes. It's quick and easy, and my family always loves it. And I will, of course, have a video linked down below. That is a recipe I've been making for a couple of years now. It came from another YouTuber. I don't think she posts anymore on YouTube, but I will try to link her channel as well as the recipe down below. And that is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. I know it was a bunch of repeat recipes that most of y'all who have been here for a while have seen many, many times. But I still hope it gave you some ideas of some things that you can make for your family, especially if you need easy ideas. I hope y'all have a great week. Thank you for watching. If you made it here all the way to the end, make sure you leave me a smiley face emoji down in the comments. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!